I know I'm a bit late. Sorry, ran into some things, but I am happy to be here tonight. What's going on, y'all? Y'all ready for some goodness? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up? Come on in. Grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack. Get comfortable because we're about to get started. 2 juicy topics. 2 juicy topics for you. You ready? Let me see y'all in the chat. The links are in the description of the video. If you want to hop on live with me, use the Restream app. You can tune in from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You pick it. Because it's about to go down tonight. Hey. Y'all know how I do. I got to get everything set up, and we'll be starting in just a moment. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Hey. Y'all ready? What's going on, y'all? Let me see something in the chat. How y'all Wednesday going? Hey. Who's in the building? Who is in the building? Hey. Hey, Oksana. Oksana is in the house. Thank you. Thank you. I just got this done today. I'm glad you like it. Hey. Hey. What's up, y'all? What's up? All right. So I think we are almost about ready. We already have somebody in the studio. They ready. Hey, Tina.
Hey.
What's going on?
Nothing much. And everything.
Let me make sure nothing is connected so I can hear y'all today. Because if you said something, Martina, I sure did not hear you. Give me 1 second and make sure. Yes. Should be good for now. I can hear you now. So what you say, Martina?
I didn't say anything. I was talking about my bottle.
Oh, okay. All right. We're about to get this thing started. I'm so excited for tonight because I want to hear what y'all got to say. Okay, so topic number 1. Our first topic is it a myth that all dancers fuck good? Other topic. You met your lover partner at the gym and now y'all hang out at McDonald's. your partner's weight has changed. What do y'all do? All right, so what y'all feeling like? Where y'all want to start today? What y'all think? Let me see it in the chat, those of you that are watching. So what y'all think? Any suggestions? Which topic should we choose? What you think, Markina? What should we go with?
McDonald's, because that's my problem right now. Not really.
Okay, so we're gonna do McDonald's. Okay. All right, so let's get this started. So your partner, oh, hi Daniel. He said partner gaining weight. Awesome. So we got 2 people that want to start with that. So you met your partner in the gym. It doesn't have to be in the gym, but you met your partner fit, not overweight or anything like that. But now, 2 years later, they've gained weight. You eating McDonald's.
Hey, Crystal.
What did you say?
My friend came in, Crystal.
Oh, hey. Hey, Crystal. Thank you for tuning in. Awesome.
All these secrets that you be having me reveal.
What did you say? Oh. Okay. So McKenna, what do you have to say? Do you have any experience with that? Do you know people that have gone through that? What you got to say?
Yeah, I know people who've gone through that, but it's usually more the women. I mean, men gain weight, but they drop it so quickly, and it's frustrating. At least being on my side, I can only speak for me. And, after I had my baby, I was probably the thinnest I've ever been. I had gallstones, so I couldn't eat. So I was real nice and curved and looking good after I had my little surgery and I could eat again. And it just hot air balloon. So I think I'd have more patience just because I know how easy it is to gain weight. And if I've been with somebody long enough for them to drastically change, I would hope that I love them enough to just love them anyway. There is a limit. Like if we have to get airlifts and stuff, I need you to take care of your health. But past that, I don't think it's a big deal outside of the cosmetics, which you should be mature enough to look past it to a certain point.
Okay, so you said big deal. So does that mean it may be some sort of deal, possibly?
Possibly, like when some men, like when they get to a certain size, certain things stop working. I noticed that. So it's kind of like,
okay.
I need you to stay under this line, so at least, we could play.
Hey, Satara. Hey. If you guys want to hop on this live with me, go ahead and click the Restream link and you can put your 2 cents in at your own risk. So you said, Markina, stuff just starts to stop working. Like, what's not working? Like, what? Give me an example.
Like sexually, apparently, or for what I was told, weight gain kind of makes, getting hard difficult. So there was a drop in the sex drive based on the weight. And then when my partner started losing weight, he was up again. So it was kind of like when he crossed the line, he couldn't perform, so.
So have any of you experienced this situation? I want to hear from those of you that are watching. Have you been in a situation where the weight has changed, or your weight, your partner's weight, anything like that? So tell me about your experience. So Markina has just basically said that it would not be a deal breaker for her. It's not a big deal, but she does know that anything over a certain weight, you start to perform maybe differently or something like that. So anybody have any say so? Anything they want to chime in on about that? So for me, I met my partner. I wasn't as big as I am now today. So I probably put on between 60 or 70 pounds. And so for me, being like you said, Markina, being in a situation and have gone through it, I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's a deal. But now we do need to consider, like what you mentioned, which was great, how weight can affect, your performance in the bed. So if that's a factor, then we do need to consider it, and think about the weight that we're putting on. But I've heard of people actually, choosing not to continue a relationship with their partner because of their weight gain. Like I went on when I was in the dating market going on dates. A guy asked me what my number was. He was like, "I don't date people over a certain number." And so some people, I know, right? And at that time, I was small. I was like 168, 170 is good for me. You wouldn't think I would weigh that, look like that at that. But I think that had a lot to do with me growing up and always being in sports. From the age of 5, mom always had us in some sort of camp, summer camp, sport, anything like that. So I think like if he had his number 135, I'll look like sticks and bones, and
Yeah.
look sick or something. So people are concerned. Some people will end relationships and say, "Hey, this is not the person that I, started out with." So no, it's over. If you can't keep it together, then we got to let this go. So have you, Markina, met anybody that basically kind of said, said something like that to you, even in dating?
Oh yeah. And I'm kind of like you too. I like myself at 165. I'm nice and curt, as long as I'm not like right now, I'm kind of like Michelin Man, but 160, I'm smooth enough, but I'm thick enough. And that's where I like to be. So like you said, if the healthy weight on that little chart is 122, it's not gonna work. But I did a meetup with some guy. He was bothering me to come out and meet him. So I was like, okay, fine. Where do you want to meet? He said Starbucks. So I go in and I'm in line and he said something like, where'd you park or whatever? I said, I'm already inside. And then he was just gone. Right. And I was like, dude, what is it? He's like, oh, I saw you in line. I'm not interested. Like, I only do thin girls. I was like,
oh, wow.
So,
well, at least it's not wasting your time,
made
because
me get out my bed and drive over there. Like, fool, I didn't send you a picture. You knew what this was. But yeah.
you said you drove over there, or
yeah, he asked me to meet him there, so
oh,
I was
okay.
doing
So you
something.
already sent him a picture.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. So Kwana says, I'm a sucker for pork rinds, avocado, and cream cheese. Oh my gosh, I love cream cheese. Oh, I could put cream cheese on anything, It's just so good. But let's go to the next comment. And eating healthy can be a challenge, especially if you're not used to it and you didn't really grow up, eating that way. So Crystal says, not a deal breaker for myself either. And to Markina's point, as long as it doesn't impact by your health, but it may be hard to find the tool underneath the belly. I love that. Yes. Because as you do get weight, you do stuff start to, overlap.
I will say this too, because you said that people have left relationships, and I get that. I do feel like at a certain point this needs to be thicker than or more stable than the cosmetics if this is a real relationship. However, people have their attractions. You have your right to be attracted to what you're attracted to. So you have your attractions, you have your preferences, right? And when people jump outside of that, if you come home and you look at me and you're disgusted every day, whether I agree that you should be or you shouldn't, that's how you feel. So I can see somebody leaving. If I gotta look at a man and I feel like, oh, he's just, don't touch me. If my flesh crawls just because something about you triggers me that way, then right, wrong, or other, you leave. So
yeah, that's a whole nother. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
pressure me to, you need to lose weight, you need to look like this, because that's a different mental space. So I'd rather you just leave if it bothered you so badly. It might hurt my little heart for a minute, but it just is what it is.
I agree. I agree because like if you're gonna be to that point, do you say is it true love?
Mm.
Like it would you say that's true love or is that something else?
I wouldn't say she, like I said, it's not a deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? But I've met some people. I met a man actually online. See, I stopped this online dating because this is a whole mess. But I met him online, and he turned out to be married. And I'm like, dude, like now, what he said was, I don't want a relationship. He gave you all the red flags that something was wrong there. So I asked him straight up. He told me the truth. Okay, yeah, I'm married, but I want to do this on the side. So I was like, why? Like, why would you cheat on your wife? Why don't you just leave her? I love my wife. I ain't about to have no other man. So what are you doing here? Where she gained weight and
Oh,
she used to be the finest thing on the block. Now now she got her little fupa. And mind you, Sisson had 3 kids. And it was like, where's your
by
head at? But this is
you
the love
know,
of your life,
was it by someone else or is it with him? Like did he not consider that at all?
It was his. Oh, well, as far as I understood, they were his children, and he didn't want to leave. He didn't want nobody else raising his girls. He didn't want anybody else but her. So it was just kind of like, where's your head at? So you're justifying your cheating because you're not attracted to her new body, and she wasn't like Shamu or nothing, right? It was just she
Uh-huh.
had a little stomach, but it was like, what? Where's your head at? You know what I mean? So it makes you question, like you say you love her so much and you don't want to lose her, but you're doing all the things to lose her. Like even just being
Right.
on this
Mhm.
website. So I don't know.
And basically like for the situation where someone is saying, "Hey, um we have someone joining, hey, I need to have you at this certain size. Hey, thank you for joining.
Mhm.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Hey, I have to be a certain size. So what happens when life happens? Sometimes you cannot stay that same size. Does your love go away at that time? Are you saying that you won't love me? I have to always fit into this. So what else do I need to fit into? Give me all the details so I can know if I can keep up my side of the contract. You know,
Mhm.
so so, Crystal, thank you for joining in.
Yes, I couldn't. It wouldn't work from my phone, so I had to jump in on the laptop. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay. So, what you want to say? What you got to say about this?
No, I was just adding, to that point, and the point that you just made kind of got into the other piece about like, people have the opportunity to like what they like, but it does also affect confidence. Like myself, I've gained a lot of weight, probably like 60 pounds, and it's more kind of because I had lost a lot of weight a couple of years ago and said I'd never go through this again. So it does impact confidence in the bedroom, right? Like sometimes I might not want to get on top, or I might not want to take everything off, because even though my husband may think I'm beautiful, it's just how I feel, inside
Mm-hmm.
too. So
Mm. Okay.
it,
That's
it
a good
does have an
point.
impact on that.
It affects you personally. Yeah, I don't want the lights on, player.
Mhm.
I need you blindfolded. You think I'm real cool. I'm just trying to protect myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So let's go to this next comment, which is from Crystal, I believe, before you got
It's
on.
the same thing I just said. Yep.
Okay. Me, on the other hand, it has had a negative impact on my confidence in the bedroom as I've gained weight. Okay. I think a lot of people have that because you know what you used to be, what size you used to be, you know
Mhm.
how you can be, you know your potential. So once you feel that you have gone away from that, then it kind of messes with you and say, hey, am I still good enough? Am I still beautiful? Does my partner, does she still want me? So I agree with that. And that's definitely relatable. Let's go
It is,
to,
and then the last thing I just wanted to say, as far as like me personally, that's why you can't just focus on looks and that's it, right? Because we're all going to change. We might gain weight, hair falls
exactly.
out. You never know what's going to happen. So you got to be there for the person, and hopefully you gain 10, 20, 50 pounds. One thing about weight, it can change. Now, it's been harder for me. I just know I like discipline, but for me, just to round out and answer the question, it doesn't bother me.
Okay. And I like what you said because if you talk to a lot of older people,
Mm-hmm.
that are, closer, to 60s, 70s and past that, they end up saying really all that stuff doesn't matter because you begin to change and it's about the connection. It's more about they want that companionship. And
Exactly.
people, they end up saying, if I had, if I knew this or if I would have learned this before, at this time, I would have made different choices back then. So I'm glad we're kind of talking about it because we're going to change. We're going to get old, like our parents or grandparents. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's just going to happen. So what are you going to say
Exactly.
about that? So Tara says, now, let me say I love me a plus size man. Not slop fat. Ooh. LOL. But if you met someone that was smaller when you all first meet, now he or she has gotten bigger. You have to understand that things in life cause weight gain. That's absolutely right. And I believe for me, because I gained between probably more like 70, 80 pounds. I was trying to be nice a little bit to say 60 to 70. But so for me to have gained that over the course of a year and a half, I can say life happens. And I believe a lot of stuff you're going through, like stress and tension, you're not really releasing. And all of that, I believe that it holds on. It causes you to hold on to stuff, hold on to weight until you release all of those things. So because I know I was eating healthy, eating salmon, and not eating big portions. And then my partner was like, I don't get it because you eat healthy. I had pretty much went vegan and all of that stuff, but I realized it was what I was going through at work, all of the stress that I was holding on to, and maybe I don't know what all the stuff you're holding on to in the inside. And so I believe that was why um I gained my weight partially because I had a vegan lifestyle for like 6 to 7 months. And then, my vegan lifestyle started off as more of the process because I was constantly busy, an hour and a half commute to work in LA traffic. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm not losing weight. I started off, I had a little boost and then I didn't lose weight. And then I was like, looking at all of the processed foods is just as fattening as eating regular food. So if you're going to do vegan, you need to actually do the produce, like the not processed things. So, and then even that didn't work. So I was just like, something else going on. Because I'm like, you switch it up completely. But anyway, so I think this is a very good topic because people need to hear this message because I've seen people told me, yeah, he left me because I started to gain weight and said that if I couldn't, do this or that. And some people, like you said, Marquina, I think you mentioned that. Um, did you mention something about? I think you were talking about one of the dates. A guy actually. What did you say about the guy you met?
Yeah, he asked me to meet him, and he was like, "Oh no, I don't do big girl women or whatever he said." Yeah,
Exactly.
you
So
have to be slim, something like that.
okay. So Satara says, so by me being a BBW, I'm at this point in my life to where I don't care. So if my weight is an issue for you, then I feel like you may have some type of issues within yourself. I agree with that definitely. So as for us women, we take in more than men do. That's true because it brings me to something I want to discuss, and maybe I'll have a bigger topic on it. It's men, they expect us to look like this, but then they got pot bellies.
Mm-hmm.
They got everything. They want big booties, and they booties as flat as a wall. You know what I'm saying? Not that that's what we want, women, but they want all of this stuff, and they don't have no type of nice shape. A lot of them and stuff like that. But it's up to us a lot of times to look this way.
Mm-hmm.
There
They want.
was, if I could, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just to add to your point, if I could find it, there was a video of this preacher that was actually preaching for women to stop being the cause of distraction, for your husbands because you gaining all this weight and not keeping yourself up is causing your husband to look at other women. And I just couldn't believe it. So if I find the clip, it sounds like exactly like what
I've
you're
heard,
talking about. And
I've
he was,
heard of that.
yep. And I mean, he looked like to be one Krispy Kreme away from a heart attack himself, you know? So it's like, really, it's like, how dare you?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I don't think it's what you watch, but I've heard of
Mhm.
ministers saying they kind of put the blame on the woman and saying
Mhm.
it's you that need to keep yourself up and all of
Yep,
that.
exactly.
You know, no. Everybody has control. Everybody has control over what they do, what choices they make in their life. So if a man decides that he wants to step out because his woman done gained weight, that's his decision.
Hmm.
You
Mhm.
know,
Hmm.
it's
He
your
was looking
decision.
for a reason to do what he wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's kind of crazy. Do you know his name or anything or no?
I can't remember, but I'll find it. But someone just posted in a comment they saw the same thing, so I
Okay,
gotta
send
YouTube
me.
it. I gotta
I would love
find
to
it.
see that because that's
Yep.
kind of crazy to me.
Mhm.
Like that's giving men a reason, justification for what they're doing. Like, hey, it's your fault if he step out because uh he sees somebody else that looks good. It's your fault. You need to lose 2 more pounds. You're not at the target weight. You almost there, but you're
Mhm.
not there. No.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go to a comment. Oksana says, I'm an older person here. Your body is going to change. There's no getting around that. Some of that is due to gravity. Loving your partner is what will last through weight gain, weight loss, difficult times, just my experience. If you truly love, sorry, I have to go up for that. If you truly love your partner, you'll love them through thick and thin. I totally agree. So all of this
Mhm.
stuff about body changing and all that stuff, because you can love your partner whatever size they are, you know, and if they have goals that they want to achieve, that's when you can say, how can I help, how can I assist,
Mhm.
how can I be there for you. But I don't think that's like, I do like what Markina did say, like if it's affecting um your sexual relationship, then maybe that's something that you guys should talk about and consider and say, hey, we want to have better sex, so let's get this
What
together.
if it was like, what if you met, you said you met in the gym and yada, yada, yada. But what if you met as hikers or you met as joggers or there's something that you did that kept you fit and it was what brought you together. So now one is
Mhm.
falling off and you gain weight and now you can't run with me because we're joggers, but you can't run, or we're hikers and you can't hike. I can't see that being a problem. And it not just be because of the weight, but because your weight's preventing you from doing what brought us together. You know what I mean? So as we were talking about another show, you said like people change. Maybe I can see somebody leaving for that too. If you're not being satisfied with the reasons that you got into the relationship or,
Mhm.
started it. I will say though, like after 15 years or something like that, when you've been married or together, there should be a line where it doesn't matter. Like you
Mhm.
love me, this is it. But new relationships or, 2-3 years, I could see that change affecting somebody's desire and attraction. Maybe
Okay.
not physical attraction, but you were a dancer, now you don't dance. I can see
Mhm.
that.
Okay, so that's actually what we're kind of talking. We're talking about both, actually. So, Crystal, what do you have to say about that? Like, if you actually met your person in the gym or in
Mhm.
some type of fitness activity, and that's how you bonded, how do you feel? Do you agree with what she says, or do you want to expand on it? Or
Actually, I think that was a great point that I actually didn't think about. It's almost the same as, somebody almost, I don't want to say tricking you, but acting a certain way just to get you, and then once they got you, now they stop, right? So
Mhm.
met me at the gym is what we like to do, and now you can't go anymore. And this is something I like. I can see that interfering with the relationship. So thanks, Marquita, for bringing it up because I didn't even think of it that way. But like you said, after years, then it's at some point it has to stop.
so, you just said like he could be like tricking you.
Yeah,
What
almost.
if
I mean, it's not exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's stuff like that happens. We've heard
Yep.
of, the con artists. But
Bait and
Exactly.
what
switch.
about the person that actually just changed with life and they're no longer interested in that? Like, what do you think about it?
I think relationships just need compromise, also, right? So you can't, if I hate doing something but my partner loves it, I'm going to try to compromise and do something, that we both love. So I think it's a lot of give and take and a lot of compromising, and not trying to change somebody, but I just don't think you should just immediately just stop, right? So that's kind of my thoughts.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like I just mentioned, people do end up changing things. You may lose
Hmm.
interest in something, and so that's up. If you're in a healthy relationship, you should be able to sit down and have that discussion. Like, hey, what's going on?
Hmm.
And if
Exactly.
the partner is truly changed, if they truly changed, then you just have to accept it and be okay with that. I feel like it shouldn't be to the point of it really bothering you to the point where you need to break up because
Exactly.
it's their interest. You can't force somebody to be interested in what you are interested in, and that comes with knowing true love. If this is basically, I'm here for you, regardless if you want to continue jogging with me or not, I'm here
Mhm.
for you. So that's how I feel about it. Let's go to one of the comments. So Satara says, a woman can be the ideal woman, but men are always going to look, cheat, or whatever size does matter. Remember, when guys used to talk about big girls, now those same guys is licking, rubbing, etc. to those same BBWs. I agree. What do y'all feel about that?
I definitely agree. I always used to say, like, Beyonce was cheated on, or Holly Berry. So it
Exactly.
really doesn't matter, besides looks, and that's everybody's insecurity. So that's what it is. I know there was a lot of stigma about overweight women, or bigger women before, and now it seems to be more attractive. But, one point I want to make up is that a lot of it has to do with society. I had a friend one
Yes.
time that dated a big girl, and he liked her a lot, but
Mhm.
because his friends clowned him so much that he was with an overweight woman, it was just very immature. He actually stopped talking to her, because he was there. So he liked it, but everybody else was, made fun of him for it. So that's just one of the things in society. But the thing with cheating, I mean, you can't blame the person who was cheated on. That's the cheater's fault. I don't like when people, blame. It's almost like victim blaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna cheat, but don't blame the person. That's your insecurities. I can't think of a good word for it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So like it's the other person's fault. Like, what did you do to make him cheat? And some people
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
Know? Like, what did you do? What did you do? What did you not do? So I
Mhm.
agree with that totally. And a lot of this stuff is about society because what was it before? It was big boobs. Now it's big booties.
Mhm.
So like it's because everybody say, "Oh yeah, I like these big boobs," and then they get another person to say it. Then the whole society is saying, "Oh, big boobs." Now it's booties and
Mhm.
curves, and then to the point where
Mhm.
people are now having surgery to
Mhm.
alter their waist, alter their butt, all of that stuff just so they can fit what it is that society deems as beautiful or the
Mhm.
perfect thing, rather than saying, hey, I like what you have already. It's good. It works. Because I'm telling you, regardless, like I think was it Satara that mentioned that you can do right here. Size doesn't matter. And I always say that. Beyonce, Holly Berry, all of them got cheated on and they have beautiful figures, very pretty. It doesn't matter what size. Men will fuck big girls, they will fuck skinny girls, they will
Mhm.
fuck girls that look like they on crack, they will fuck anything.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so Satara says she's going to hop on for a minute. We can't wait for that. All right. So click the restream link and then let's go to another comment. Kawana says, I have always been a very thin person growing up, but as of lately, I look down and I can't even see my package anymore unless I'm swole. Oh goodness. So, Kawana, is that affecting your? Would you say that's affecting your sexual life, your sexual relationship, or anything like that? Is that a problem, or are you still having a good time?
Yeah, they still have a good time. I wanted to ask because I've never been a small person. Like I've been smaller, but if you look at my family, like nothing small came out. So I wonder if people who were naturally thin their whole lives and then maybe hit 30s got bigger, if they feel worse, if it hits them more. Because I almost feel like being big is part of my identity, but I do wonder.
So you
Um,
say you wonder. Say that part again. You wonder if what?
like people who were, because this Kawana said he's been the thin person growing up, and I guess it seems maybe as they gotten older, things have changed. I wonder if it hurts more, if it's just more to deal with. If you were naturally thin your whole life, and then boom, now you're bigger. I don't know if it's harder to accept or harder to embrace or something like that.
Kawana, go ahead and type your comments in, or if you want to chime in, hop on live, please do and answer that question if you don't mind.
He
I
didn't answer
actually
that question. That's okay. I like his comment.
Oh my god.
I will do it because I actually grew up then, and I was always people would always say, "Oh, you so your bones and stuff. We can see like so skinny. You so like I had like I don't know petitish looking. I don't know skinny." And that was because a lot to do with I ran track. So I ran track from probably the age of 17 to 18. So I had no opportunity to really be other than that, skinny. And so I think for me, it is harder to accept, especially if you've been that size most of your life. And now all of a sudden you're big. You're like, oh, I'm constantly thinking, I know what I can be. Like, I know what size I can be. And why am I like this now? And I'm like, I wonder what people think. Not that I'm worried about what they think, but people know me. A lot of people know me because I did run track. And they're like, oh no, she don't look like no track star now. She looks totally different. Can she even run today? And so it's a little bit harder to accept because it's a big difference and all of that. But it's about loving yourself and loving who you are, regardless of what changes you may experience in your life. And so I kind of think that. What do you guys have to say?
I see it six one way, half a dozen the other. Because and kids are cruel, first of all. So I can see if you've always been big, when you're younger and you're trying to learn yourself and build yourself up. Somebody said something about my little belly, and in hindsight, I wasn't even big, right? But it sets the tone. It's like my brothers used to tease me, and oh, look how fat you are, look at your stretch marks, stuff like that. It was so bad that at a certain point, like in high school, my brother would come over and visit. I'd hide in the closet, like I just didn't want him to come and tell me how fat I was, right? But I was thin at one point, right? Or I didn't think I was that big. If I hadn't heard it, I wouldn't have thought it. So I can see that. And then Crystal was saying, if you were thin your whole life and all of a sudden you balloon, that's almost like a panic where a bigger person has been dealing with it forever. So I don't know. I think it probably sucks on both sides,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree with that. So, Kawana says, shit, I like big calf muscles. Okay.
I do like big men. Like I like men bigger than me,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, Chris. So, what do you
Hi.
think?
You know what? I just popped on right now. First off, happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. Same to
you
you.
know, I've had a few more shots than normal,
Uh-oh.
so I'm not sure if I'm really gonna like hop into this. I really just wanted to hear what you guys had to say.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, technically the topic is dating while being fit, and
So,
then
I'm going to say it to you. So, you met at the
okay,
gym and your partner's gained weight after 2 years. So now instead of hanging out at the gym, y'all hanging out at McDonald's or something. So basically, your
got it.
partner gained weight. So how do you feel about it? Do you have an opinion, or do you want us to continue?
Um, hmm.
I
Well,
think you have an opinion.
I don't have a bad opinion. I, I've spoken to you before about liking all different sizes. I go back to my first podcast that I had with you, in saying that I've been conformed to just liking women, um, whether you're skinny, tall, skinny, short, big, tall, big, short, um, and then all different races too. Um, so okay, I'm gonna go to like a more relationship status though.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about.
Um, right, right. Okay, so hmm, have had a few drinks, more than usual. Okay, it is St. Patty's Day, so I've been drinking green beer and having some Irish whiskey too. Um, so okay, um, uh, let me think about this for a second. Now, if I'm dating someone, shit, I don't even go to the gym all that much. All right, so I'm not meeting anyone at the gym for one. Okay, now for two, uh, just going along with it, if I did meet someone at the gym and they lost it, I would have to ask why, right? How did you lose the drive?
Okay.
You know, what happened? Can we get back there? You
Hmm.
know, without, of course, being insensitive or mean about, if they gain weight. And especially, I'm going to say, depends where you gain the weight too. Because if you got a skinny stomach, but all the food that you ate went to your ass, I'm going to be like, keep eating, keep eating. Right. uh, Now, if I guess it did come to just a normal full body, everywhere, gained weight at the same time, um, I'm not mad at that at all. I like a voluptuous woman too. Um, so I I don't know. I guess it's a point for me as a man. If you then feel uncomfortable with yourself, how you got, right? And then it becomes into a communication problem, or not a problem, but just a communication thing. Like, do you need therapy for that?
Yeah.
I need info for that.
What did you say, Marquina?
I said I need lipo for that. Keep your psychiatrist.
Okay, so I want to go to, because I think Kawana is answering the question that we wanted to ask him earlier. So we were talking about. He mentioned that now that his stomach is so big, he can't see his penis anymore, except for when it's hard. And so he says, honestly, I think my big belly helps stimulate the clitoris when you get deep inside. So I'll look at it as a sexy toy. Okay.
I love
That's
that.
I
that
gotta use that.
that's so funny.
So it
I
becomes
I
a
love it.
sexy toy.
Kawana, amazing.
So
That's
silly.
true. I think the perspective of the weight gain is what could change the relationship more than the actual weight from either side. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Right, it definitely is, because all people, male or female, we all put weight to different areas. With how our eating habits are, or what our diet is, right? It could go to belly, it could go to thighs, it could go to ass, it could go to face, it could go to all of them. You just never really know. Um, and then of course it can go to tits too. So, but yeah, I definitely love thick thighs and big butt. So if it goes there, I'm not gonna say shit.
So if it goes to the stomach, what will you say?
No, well, I had explained that already. Actually, I
Oh,
would say
did I miss
what
it?
made you not want to go
Oh,
to the
okay, yes,
gym
you're
anymore.
out. Okay. What?
Now I
Okay.
would say
Well,
men
I
would say
wouldn't.
that like, oh, why aren't you working out, or why aren't you fixing it? And I think that's when the disconnect starts communication wise, because at least when my 36, right, I'll be 37 this year, I just now learned how to lose my weight. You know what I mean? Like I just found something that works, and I'm not even gonna say I can say it works long term because I haven't done it long term yet, but I just saw consistent weight loss. But up until now, when a
Okay.
woman tries to lose weight, depending on why she's gaining it, obviously, like you can be at the gym, you're eating like a rabbit. I was intermittent fasting for 3 days. I wouldn't eat for 3 full days. It's just, first of all, it's stressful that to just think about that all day. I'm hungry, I can't eat. I'm hungry, I can't. I sniffed this bread, I done gained 15 pounds. You know, I thought the word cookie, I'm fat again. It's just, it's a lot mentally. And so, and I've been there where I had a big guy. He was a big boyfriend, but we said we were going to do this together, right? So we're working out, we're going to do our thing. And he was just melting in front of me. And I was just like half a pound, 3 weeks, you know, it was pissing me off. And then he's like, well, what are you doing? Like the same thing you're doing, bitch, you know? So, so yeah, it's harder than I think some people give credit to, especially if you've never had a weight issue. Because just because you're big doesn't mean you have a weight problem. Some people really can just say, oh, I need to stop eating so much, and their weight falls off, you know? So that part, the man comes to you and says, well, what's wrong with you? Why ain't you working out? Why ain't you, you know? Now, if you see me eat McDonald's every day, then look, sis, you know, we're doing this. But
All right.
you
So,
said you're vegan, right? And
did you used to have fast metabolism?
If I did, it was like in high school. Like I started gaining
Okay.
weight in high school.
Sure. Okay.
And then after I had my daughter, after I've had my gallbladder removed, it just kind of changed everything. Like I felt like it shouldn't have, because ideally it's just supposed to change how you metabolize fat, but not put it around. But there's something different, you know, and it took me a long time to kind of figure out like why my weight loss isn't working. So.
Okay, let me ask you a different question. Do you take birth control?
I just stopped. I had an IUD for like 10 years straight.
All right. Okay.
I wanted no more.
Certain different birth controls affect women in different ways of their body weight, and that is a huge thing. I got a vasectomy, so anyone that I date now, they don't got to take birth control. You know, it's like, okay, you said birth control does affects you in a certain way, get off it, you're fine. But that's here nor there. Yeah, I've heard that the daily pill affects women more in their weight fluctuation rather than like I guess an IUD or something like that. But that's the only reason why I do
anything that's
ask.
unnatural in your body will probably have an effect, whether it's weight or not.
Sure.
You know, that's to be expected. But
right.
Yeah, and then like as she said earlier, women carry stress. Let's say, you know, one thing I don't do is I don't take my ass to sleep. I was on here till at midnight last. Then I studied till like 2:30. Then I get up at 4. You don't lose weight when you don't sleep. So now you got a job and you got kids and you got a business and you're doing these little forums that you started to like, and now you got a habit. So, you know, you got to take care of yourself. And I do think you. And so even if
I think, is she freezing for you guys too?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she is marking it.
Oh,
wait, now you're back.
Okay. Say that last part again.
Lose weight. She still can't hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, I was just saying, if you're not putting yourself in the right position, so you can be eating all the right things, you can be working out, but if you're not sleeping, or, you know, you're carrying your stress, if you're stressed out, you have a stressful job, those kind of things, they determine your weight and weight loss as well. So especially in your stomach, because like I got this little stomach going on, and now I got an ass the other day, and I was like, yo, like if I lose weight, that's gonna go away. So I think I'm just gonna have to stay fat in the stomach so I can keep my ass, you know. Decisions.
Yeah, you know, I've always had a fast metabolism, but at the same time, like I grew up eating hors d'oeuvres. Like I love just like carrots and celery, and you know, I'll put peanut butter in some celery. And then, you know, I didn't really eat a lot of carbs, but I was always like really proactive, sports wise, with my father and everything. So I think that sets, you know, you up for later on in life. And then still, it's like the only carbs I eat is pizza, but I don't eat the pizza crust. Unless there's cheese in it. And then Subway sandwich, or not Subway, just sub sandwiches in general. You know what? Shout out to Jersey Mike's and love them. But yeah, that's and pasta. I'm Italian, so it's really the only carbs I eat, and that's like once a week though.
Yeah, see, if I eat pasta on Monday, I'm not losing weight for that whole week. That's how bad it is. That whole week.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah, I'll just eat like a steak and veggies, or salmon and veggies, or chicken and veggies, like that's, or I'll just eat a steak and that's it. Like, so,
sounds good.
Yeah, that's my diet. I actually have been eating on. Well, I've always figured out that I've been doing the keto diet for all my life, pretty much. But I've just gotten into vegan a little bit. The director that I work with all the time, he always gets vegan. I swear to God, I smelled it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? That smells amazing." So I ordered the same thing. Wow, it was really good. So
yeah, there's a lot of good vegan stuff out there.
There is. I eat vegan food at work, and then whenever I'm on my own, I'll never buy it. But yeah.
Okay. So anybody else want to chime in on this conversation before we move it to the next topic? All right. So topic number 2 is it a myth that all dancers, we're talking about good dancers now, good dancers fuck?
Sophia.
Huh?
Sophia.
Yes.
Hey, you got a shot over there? Let's do a St. Patty's Day shot. You want?
Okay, y'all got shots over there. Y'all got shots. Everybody,
you guys got something?
Actually,
it's a holiday. Come on. All right.
I have that Jackson. Hold on a minute. Let me go get something.
Okay, we gonna wait for Crystal when she comes back.
Just because it's a holiday, you know.
That's so
it's very
sweet.
necessary.
Thank you. That's sweet. We're gonna do it. Those of you that are tuning in and watching, you got the shot glasses. We're gonna do a toast as soon as Crystal come back. We were wrapping up the first topic, which was you met at the gym. And 2 years later, your partners gained weight. What do? Now y'all, instead of being at the gym, y'all hang out at McDonald's.
I will say carbs are cheaper too. So if you broke, carbs are cheaper when you on that good dollar menu. The whole ramen noodles is $1. You know that. I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah. I do like me some cup of noodles.
So do my.
Hey, I got the same thing.
Hey!
Are you just gonna hit it out the bottle?
I love it.
Now I need to be stronger.
Just hit that shit out the
bottle.
What
you got, Sophia?
St. Patty's Day. You got the Irish whiskey.
I got some bottles.
I got the Irish whiskey. I already put.
Okay, well, I need real liquor. Hold on.
Oh,
We're
okay,
waiting
all
on
right.
Marquise now. Those of you, this is amazing. Those of you that are tuning in right now, uh, we are
You
about
know
to
what?
have a shot. We're
Yeah.
talking to
All right. You
St.
know what?
Patty's
I'm hitting
Day,
out the
St.
bottle.
Patrick's Day. Chris thought about it. So this is amazing. Thank you, Chris. So we're gonna wait on Marquina, one of the guests on the show today that tuned in. If you are viewing today and you want to put your 2 cents in, please click on the link, the Restream link, to hop on live with us to put your 2 cents in on these topics. So what y'all drinking tonight? Because we are about to do a toast. So if y'all want to do this toast to St. Patrick's Day, we're gonna do it right now. So Chris has his Jameson. Crystal has her Jameson.
Yo.
Mark
I have carry
has
bag.
what you got?
Carry bag.
Your birthday?
All right.
You have. Can you hear us?
Oh, hi, everybody.
Hi.
What's up,
Join.
Corner?
Yay! I'm so glad my old ass computer works. I got a cup full of drink. It's got a couple of things in it, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna go
You got
ahead. Y'all ready to do this toast? Y'all ready?
yeah. I'm joining you, hitting out the bottle.
Taking a swig.
Hey, Broderick.
Oh.
That's
Oof.
some delicious
Ooh.
St. Patty's Day drink right there.
Woo!
Woo.
Warms your heart.
Everything.
I know you were going to go to
Y'all
the
got
next
this sexy
topic.
look on our face.
I had the Tito's. I was like, I won't make it out alive with that. So let's just grab this.
Hey, Tito's is no joke.
I use it for my cake, but I don't
I'm
drink
gonna
it.
wash it down with my green bottle beer.
There you go. I actually
I've
seen a
never
video
had
where
that
this
before.
guy fueled his pickup truck. He poured Tito's into his pickup truck, and he drove for like 40 miles. And then when it got low, when his tank went low, he filled it back up with Tito's, and the car kept driving. And it was like, wow, what are we putting in our bodies?
He probably put some octane in there, you know.
Yeah, no. So I know you were talking about moving on to the next topic. I just wanted to say my piece
Okay.
to what I was saying earlier, just about myself.
Wait. Are you saying goodbye? You just
No,
joined us
no,
for your
no. I
shot.
want
You gotta
to.
stay.
No,
You
I'm
showed
staying.
yourself. Now you gotta stay.
I threw that phone in the trash. I got a computer now. I ain't gonna break up or fall off, or I'll be here. You know.
Okay. All right.
So a memory just came across Facebook 2 days ago, and I looked at myself and I was like, ah, that's who I remember. He looks a little malnourished, but I've never been a muscular body. You know, I've always just been string bean fitting in my jeans, you know, and but now my jeans, sometimes I just zip the zipper up and leave the button open. Like I don't even play. I put a belt over that and call it a day. And you can hide that with J's. Anyway, sorry. All that rhymed and that wasn't intentional, but you know, it's common for people to get together and wait to start just flying around. They call it when you're pregnant, they call it pregnancy weight. When you're married, they call it marriage weight.
Happy weight.
When you're sad, it's sad weight. When you're happy, it's happy weight. It's just weight, and we are not kids anymore. We're not teens. We're not young adults. We are grown ass motherfuckers. And when I look at my shit, I'm like, I've always had, people always say, let me get the 2-piece with the sides. Man, I've always had some size. So if shit gets rough, you just hold on to me. It's like a roller coaster. I got you. My mom got a big ass butt. Okay. And not that I was looking, but my friends told me, everybody told me, and plus, yeah, I
You were
can see
losing.
it. She robbed me. She robbed me. I got this my ass right here. I got the fat ass with the little baby pot belly. You know, I mean, it might be a little, but anyway. So my shape has gone from what I remember to what it is, and I still put myself out there as, hey, here I am. Now, do I not see? Do I? Of course, I see The Rock walking around on TV and shit. Dr. Dre, Swole. I mean, whoever you could think about, all these dudes are swole. I always bring up Idris Elba. My mama like Idris.
I like Idris, honey.
Everybody loves Idris.
I bring up
Everybody loves
I bring up people, men that are muscular, and I say to myself, now I don't know if this is just a guy thing, but I say to myself, man, I want to look like that, but I really don't want to. I would like to just put it on without doing the work, without changing my eating. I can look at another dude and be like, yo, that dude's in shape. He's got some guns. Oh, sometimes I look at my arms and I see those same arms. You see what I'm saying? I just recently got a VR and they got this boxing game, right? And when I put it on, I'm boxing. I look at my body. I'm like,
So,
whoa, shit, that's amazing.
Kawana, man, I feel you what you're saying right now, because like I hit my own home gym every once in a while. I bought it thinking that I was gonna hit it all the time. I like looking at it. Uh but at the same time, yeah, all my side of the family besides my grandfather on my father's side,
Mm-hmm.
uh all them got ass, like men and women. And honestly, I got if I did more squats or something, I don't, none of my family really works out, but they all got ass. And I don't work out enough, but I do, and I still don't really have ass. I got a bubble butt, but my pants don't stay up like they really should. I got to pull them up all the time. Even, well, I
Well,
don't like
that's
having my
beautiful.
belt tight, which irritates me. Um, so like, uh, honestly, this is fucking funny. You have the same
Wait,
fucking problem, and I know you do.
no, and look, here's what I want to say to everybody. I forgot what year it was, but I actually stayed at Logan's house for a year, okay? And in that one year, I ate McDonald's every single
Oh
day. And look, let me
man.
tell you, I'll never forget it. His mom came to me and she goes like this, ready? She goes, we have a kitchen and you can cook in there. And I'm like, no, it's okay. No, it's okay, man. You get the two doubles for. I mean, I think I was eating,
A dollar.
going to work. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, and I didn't notice anything until I left. Okay, and I looked in the mirror one day because I had started. I'm not gonna say I went vegan, but I definitely started preparing my own food. So what ended up happening is I said to myself, "Wow, what the hell is this?" Now, ironically, in the same sentence, I'm gonna say I had lost my job. Okay. Now I remember I used to go to work in the morning, and I would see motherfuckers out at 8:30, 7:30, just running leisurely down the street, like with no care in the world. And I would say to myself, "Man, fuck those people, man! Like they don't gotta work, right?"
Mhm.
So I said to myself, "I'm actually gonna get up and I'm gonna run." And what I did for 3 months, I ran. So let me say, when
I
I
was
left,
proud of
I
you for
must have
that,
been at
brother.
218, 220. It was all up and all over the place, right? And I ran for 3 months. Now I did it very unorthodox. I was drinking a beer in the morning, like I drink a tall boy in the morning, and then go run. Okay, so I'm not promoting this as a healthy weight loss program, but this is what I did. And I bought myself down to, I think the lowest I got was 162, 3 or 4, something right around there, right? And then I saw Logan's mom, and she said, "Damn, if you keep losing weight, you're gonna blow away." And you know what? I heard you guys mentioning a certain weight, like 121. Yeah, that, you know what, that's for the birds, man. That's for those are kids weights, even if you look at all of these people that we see on TV with all this ass and all these muscles, they don't even weigh 120, so then I said, fuck it, I'm gonna stop running. And I'm gonna stop running has taken its toll on me. But like I said, I like my new sex toy right that I
That
got.
was also 15 years ago.
It wasn't 15 years ago. If that was 15 years ago, I'd be real young. So I know that's not right. So I just wanted to tell my little story, and now I just actually I received a pair of rollerblades in the mail today, and I'm so excited because I feel like I'm gonna get out there, not bust my
And
ass, but
conquer
sweat
the
a little bit.
world.
What'd you say?
I said, and conquer the world.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna ride that path, and I'm gonna just try something different because I know I love beer. Okay, like I told you, I love pork rinds, cream cheese, and avocados. Like I like high calorie products. Just but I don't sit there and just eat. But I drink, and I snack. So with that said, I want to I want to change my shit for myself. Now to get back to the whole comment or topic of the relationship and the weight gain, like these hips and this fries and this two piece and a side, well, shit, there's a whole lot of other meals out there. But I still want to keep in mind that, yeah, I'm pretty sure if my partner was a mirror and she's looking back at me, she's gonna say, "Hey, why don't you trim that up a little bit? Just tuck it, shape it, pack it, wrap it, and call it a day." So that's my point on it. And I know I came late because y'all was switching, but I wanted to say that stuff.
So, one more question before we wrap this topic up for you, Kawana. So, what about your partner if your partner gains weight?
Oh,
How do you feel about it?
so you want to know what? I've been in that situation many times before, and when you look somebody in the face and you look in their eyes and y'all got a connection, you see the weight. That ain't what it's about. Kind of like what Satara was saying in the comments. She was like, you know, people people are always going to be looking at this, looking at that, but when it's real. And weight gain, like you mentioned earlier, the older people tell us eventually we're all going to get some type of weight, and it usually goes like, you start off skinny, you get fat, then when you get old you get skinny again, you get skinny, droopy, you know, unless you're just a little heavier older person. But either way, I don't think that should interfere with the love. Now, I do, I heard what Chris was saying. I do think that in that situation, if both partners swell up, if one person swells up, one person don't, just encourage each other, but positively, like you said, you don't got to be mean about it. Chris said that. He was like, you ain't got to be mean about it. Um, and the truth is, look, I'm gonna tell all of y'all, and I'm gonna tell myself this. Probably the truth is you guys are probably not gonna ever get Idris Elba, and I'm just gonna make up somebody. I hate to say this, but we're probably never gonna get Janet Jackson. So it has really nothing to do with the shapes and looks of these people's bodies that we idolize on TV as celebrities, but we all do want to have we all want to look good. We want to feel good, feel confident.
I agree. And so Terry, I know you mentioned a while ago that you wanted to hop on.
Oh,
So we did
come on,
notice
Sarah, I
that,
love her.
I know, I don't know if you're still watching though, but if you're still watching, the Restream app works best, especially if you're going through Facebook. You need to copy the link. Instead of clicking on it directly, hoping that it will lead you to the page, copy and then paste the link into your browser. So open your browser, then paste. That works best, according to the viewers that have told me about it. So if you're still on, you still have the chance to hop on. So maybe you can talk about the next subject. So we got any dancers in the house? So the next topic I'm so excited about. So, people that dance good, is it a myth that you fuck good? So, can we assume that because you got all these skills and stuff, and you know how to twerk, can you do it good? Those of
Okay.
you that are listening, go ahead and put your comments in. If you want to hop on live for this topic, click the Restream app, copy it, and paste it in your browser so that you can put your 2 cents in at your own risk, or just leave your comments in the chat. I'm good with that. So I think Chris wants to start this off.
Hey, you guys don't want to interrupt. I don't know no dances and I'm not good, but I really enjoyed this. But I'm on East Coast time and I got to get up in the morning, so I don't want to, cut y'all off.
Thank
So
you. Thank
it
you
was
so
so nice.
much.
I will definitely join y'all again.
We'll miss
Hey,
you.
Me too.
Till
Have a
next
great
time.
night.
All right. Good
hey,
night. Good night.
nice meeting you.
Hi. You too.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start off funniest thing. Um, yeah. Growing up, I've definitely had a lot of interracial friends, mostly African American, um, and I used to go out to the club with them all the time, and Kawana always told me, I swear to God,
Oh
don't
God,
make
come
me
on, man.
cry because you said, brother, you can't dance. But I would always get laid.
Okay.
So, um, yeah. And then now, I'm in the business of, doing that on like an almost daily daily thing.
You can speak
Um,
about it and be specific, because those of you that we have viewers that may not know who you are, or they may just be tuning in. So you can
sure.
name it. So you're in the business of.
Adult film as a
Okay.
performer.
Okay.
And Kawana always told me, he goes, brother, man, you can't dance. He goes, let me show you all the time. And I would just like, I guess, never get it the way that he would get it. Um,
Thanks, man.
and,
Thanks.
but, you know, I would always be having a fuck buddy. I would always be doing my thing. And you know what? I wouldn't say I'm good at it unless I could actually back it up. And Pornhub, Logan Long XXX, I have 450 million views. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
I'm like really, really fucking popular.
You
I've
are
been
at a
doing it for
half,
five
almost half a
years.
billion.
If I wasn't good at sex, yeah, no, I wouldn't be still doing my industry. And so to get back on topic though, um, I believe it's probably false. Kawana says I can't dance. I can fuck though.
So it's not if you can fuck. Can you fuck good?
Oh, well,
Like, Frosted Flakes, great.
sure, sure, absolutely. I always get hit back. You
Okay.
know, I,
There you go.
everyone
There you
still
go.
wants me, so
Hey, I wanted
yeah.
to say go Lakers.
Hey,
Right,
Martini.
right. And honestly, I'm not really saying that being super cocky, sort of cocky, but
He
we
said
all
God.
know the saying: "Be cocky if you can back it up." So
And
I
then they
can
also
back it
say,
up.
Chris, they say, you're not
Be
cocky, you're
humble. Be
confident.
humble. I know.
No, no, I'm not. They say I'm not cocky, I'm confident. I heard that in a rap a long time ago.
Sure, sure. Definitely confident in my skills.
And
In the
look,
bedroom.
so I want to add to what he was just saying. So, I consider myself. Now, if you ask my mama, you ask a couple of my friends, they say that boy ain't got no goddamn rhythm to save his life.
I
Now,
was wondering when he said Kawana was teaching you. That's where you went wrong.
because I walk funny, and but sometimes when I get on that dance floor, I don't see nothing but the fucking music, and I just feel it, and I would go out with Chris, man. I'm like, yo, let's let's do this. We doing stuff like that, and then I get in the bed and I'm like, hit huh, ha, huh, heh. And then it doesn't match the rhythm, but then maybe I ain't got as much rhythm as I thought I did, because it's not in and out, it's up, down, left, right, so let they be. That's a
So
Nintendo
it's
stuff.
really funny. I've actually rehearsed the Magic Mike song and dance. I kind of have it down at least 3/4 of the way. Um, Definitely my favorite part is sliding, and right in front of a female and just kind of doing a pop lock. That is also
Okay.
just exciting right there. You don't really have to be good for that. It's just like if you're going to make the initiative, which is kind of off topic. Its topic is if you're a good dancer, are you?
The
But
name of
okay.
the show is off limits, so it's off topic too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, sure then. Yeah, definitely. I'll do some funny shit, and whether it looks good or not, I say just put yourself out there. Um, and if you're good in bed or not, right? It's like,
Well, good
have
in
you
bed
been
is
turned
different
down?
from other people.
What's that?
I
It's
said good in
subjective.
bed is different to other people because good in bed means you come. To some people, good in bed means your partner comes. Good in bed means you're just going in and out, in and out. You know, I
Okay, all
I,
right.
I don't I don't
Well,
know.
if you want to get on that
I want
topic,
to ask Marquina. I want to ask Marquina. Marquina, what is
okay.
good in bed to you? And
I was
tell
gonna
me.
say it's subjective, like Juana was just saying, because I've been, and to answer the question, I think it's a myth because I've been with men who can dance and they swore they were the best thing walking, and I'm like, like that's it. I don't believe I even knew what good sex was. As long as and the first one, oh, that's the best I ever had, till you get to the next best, and you're like, oh, that wasn't shit. This is great.
I can definitely relate to that.
Right. So I think good is the chemistry for me. Like you can pump and up and do what you want to do, but if you haven't caught my vibe, if we're not rocking together, if we don't have the same kind of motion, you know what I mean? You got to got the same rhythm. So the dance is, are you a good dancer to my drum? You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
beat to the drum.
Usually
and it's
when
not even
people are
about,
dancing,
do you come or do you not? Because batteries can make somebody come, right? It's just,
Damn.
it's your
Hey,
chemistry.
hey, hey.
Hey, so here, I think that's a good topic there because
that is.
everybody's not as awesome as Chris, right? But on the other hand, if you see from a male's perspective, if you see the inventions, I'm gonna call them, that they have for women to go ahead and get to a happy place, it's like wow. Okay,
They
now
have a lot, but I think we talked about that earlier. Like, I don't care what kind of toy it is. I'm personally not that into toys because the joy for me comes from the man. You know what I mean? So I don't care what kind of apparatus you have. I need the heat. I need the man.
be like,
Sure,
look,
sure.
I'll tell you this. I do this to my partner all the time. I'm a silly person. We be in making love, and I'd be like, instead of being like, "Oh yeah, girl, you like that," I'd be like, "Oh my goodness, baby, oh baby, oh
No,
no," and then she's like,
I
"No,
bet
no,
you
no,
tried.
stop." And
I
and,
bet
and to
you
me,
tried
and to me,
all
love
the
making.
way up.
Oh
And see, look, to
man.
me, love making is not about sounding like Barry White and having the candles
It
lit
can it
and
can be.
having that type of atmosphere. It's about the whole goddamn connection, you know.
I don't want you sounding like the Chucky doll because we're not connecting. If you
Well,
I'm
no,
not
no,
concerned
Marquina.
with my life, and I need to get up and see you
Yeah,
spirit.
I didn't get a man so he can sound like, oh baby, oh baby. No.
Giggity.
I listen to the silence in my
Uh,
own head.
hey,
I don't need that. I
straight up.
want to
Cheers to
make it
that.
sound
That's
like
fucking
Barry
funny.
White. You know, he don't have to sound like Barry White, but you know, have some masculinity to his voice. Give me some bass. What those 805s at?
Talk,
You know,
you
the
know, you ask you all the questions, all the quizzes.
You know, hey Marquina, like, hey, you know, in choir, you got what's that? You got
805. Soprano,
soprano,
alto,
tenor, alto, bass, and baritone, right? Some of
right?
them girls in that class, they was like, and to some people, maybe they man want to hear their woman sound like, yeah, I got this pussy, instead of being
You,
like, oh yeah, ain't it the best in the world? No,
that's
I'm just fucking around.
No, but that's true. That's kind of true because I think, you know, I love Beyonce. Beyonce and R. Kelly are my top two favorite artists, and then you have Brandy, which a lot of people forget.
Yo,
But
Brandy's dope vocally. She's got
but
badass harmonies.
Beyonce, if you listen to some of her stuff, she has a very I would say that she's a second soprano because she has that range, but then sometimes you listen to her, she has that low range. And some people like that. Jay-Z like that because I'm pretty sure she uses that in the bed because she's more comfortable with her low register. And so she's probably in there like, you know, not saying.
Difference though, like women's ranges can still be sexy. Like a deep voiced woman is like that phone sex operator type. You know what I mean? So
Anita Baker, Tony Braxton.
yeah, as long
Exactly.
as you're not in there barking like a Rottweiler, you know, I
And
don't think
exactly. Tony's voice is so rich to me. It's like hers is like you can't compare it to nobody else's. Period. Like
So
hers is
you know what? I fucking love Alina Baraz's voice. She has an amazing, sexy voice. And then if you mix her with Alina Lopez, if no one knows, she's an adult performer too. Amazing. She's so cool. Mix both of them together, fire.
So
it's her.
what would that sound like for those of us that don't know?
She has a deep
Uh,
voice.
okay, all right, hold on.
Because I know Alina Baraz is she's breathy, airy, light. Turn that off.
We already
See,
had her
you
in
asked
the
me what does it
station.
sound like. I said, okay, that voice, and then just look up Alina Lopez XXX on Google or something. Um, I don't know her Twitter offhand, but anyways, both of them together, definitely.
Hmm.
So that's what really does it for me.
I
So
think women can be sexy deep though. I just don't think it's the opposite for men. I don't think that if you talk deep or masculine and then we're in bed and you're higher than me all of a sudden, I don't think it works that way for a man like it does for a woman. I think women can go deep. You just kind of talk slow, you get a little breathy with it, and that's sexual. Men get high pitched. It's like,
what the
are
fuck?
you in pain? Yeah, bro, I hurt you. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll
I,
drive me all the way up. Like I'm like, what? And
I
then
found that.
I'm an
I,
Aries, so I already Aries have said to have we're highly energetic, and we out of all the signs we have more of a masculine. So I don't want no man coming in here saying, "Oh baby, oh baby." No, you can take your ass right out the door. That's what you can do.
Baby.
You are passionate about this.
The door because you're not about to own baby and think I'm about to come now, nigga. I'm not about to come right now. I ain't
The
coming
only
out
time a high
I'm
pitched
big
squeal,
skills.
yeah, like if I'm doing a trick and it just hits you right and that voice goes up for a second, that I like. But it's just
So
because I
I'm
know I did
gonna
my
talk to
job.
Chris
But
real
other
quick.
than
Okay.
that,
No, I
I
really
hear
don't
you
want to
guys.
do that because that's
I
gonna
hear you
distract
guys.
me.
I hear you guys on that topic, but let's see. So, Chris, in your industry, you know that there is a the let's just say the Asian porn. They like to do that. They're like big on
Women, The women, right? Not the men. The men are not like, oh, me, oh, me. No,
I
they're not
didn't
like
say.
that.
I didn't. Now look, I didn't say the men were doing it. I was
Okay.
just.
It's different from a woman. Just like
So
Raquel
here, look, I'm gonna
said,
make
we can
this.
do high, we can do low.
I'm actually gonna make this pretty quick. Okay, it's on two different things. I'm gonna make it very fast. Okay, so Sophia, I definitely understand where you're coming from. With like a guy with the deep voice, and then also I have my beard. I have a deep voice. Chicks do fall in love with it. Also, I do have a hairy chest, like Wolverine. All right, so it's like something I have going for me that works for me, and I
I
love
got nipple
myself
hairs like
for it.
Wolverine.
Now, uh, go. Do I ever reach a high pitch if I'm coming? Like, oh, like, yeah. Sometimes I do.
Okay, let me hear that again.
And then going on your thing real quick, Kawana. Um, some girls like making those noises, but to be honest, I'm gonna reveal something to the world if not a lot of you already know it. It's really what the company hires you for, or a director tells you what to do. Sometimes we don't get to choose what we say and do, so what you were saying is kind of just false.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it is real, but 80% of the time it's false.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Educated. Haha. I
so
get it.
Chris, you mentioned something. You said your high note is what? Do it again.
Ooh,
Oh,
what?
oh,
I get
No,
concerned though.
huh?
I had
I
just
mean,
like I had just
that's
popped something out of my brain right now on what I would do.
so
Um,
we can
so
catch one of your porns. We can catch one of your episodes and our videos,
my
and we'll
scenes.
catch you. Yeah, scenes, perfect. And we can catch you saying, "Ooh,
Hey, you got to make sure you do that. You got to make
You
sure
gotta
you
do
do
it like
that on your next one. Oh,
um,
hey,
Uh,
bro, I'm about to come. Ooh.
you know what? If I was writing it, I'll be like, kind of like,
It's like, ooh.
okay, um,
You
that's
know
kind of
what?
no,
the
no.
same.
It,
That's the same. That's
uh,
feeling
okay,
around with the
so
same note as, oh baby. No, I don't want to hear that. But everybody is entitled to their own preferences and their opinions and what they like. For me, no, I want a man to sound like close to Barry White, Idris Elba. What is the guy? Earl? Is his name Earl Grey? The actress, the black actress, light
James
skin.
Earl Jones.
It's Earl.
Ooh.
Earl Grey. Talking
No,
about some.
James
yeah, he's light skinned with the blue eyes. Oh my gosh,
James Earl Jones.
Michael Ealy?
yes, yes, Michael
Jamie
Ealy.
Lee.
Where did I get that
Mhm.
from? Where
Oh,
did
You
jeez.
said
no
light skin blue eyes.
Earl Jones? Yes, the Mufasa. He sounds great too. And Michael Ealy, she knew who I was talking about. I said, I said with the blue eyes. Oh my
So
God,
it
yes.
it honestly depends on who I am with. Um, I get to make whatever fucking noise that I want when I come on a scene, during a scene, or if I'm just having fun at home. And mostly I have something that I say during my scenes, but um, if I'm at home, it gets realer though. So I'm not even gonna go into my scene stuff. That's like more for camera purposes. But at home, I am usually in a deep voice, like, oh my god, like, it, my cock's so hard right now. It, oh fuck, I'm just gonna come. I'm gonna come right in your pussy or ass,
Oh gosh.
Mm, bring your face down right here. Get on your knees.
Love it.
Get on your knees. Uh, So yeah, that's literally how I do it though. That's full disclosure. That was not even faking at all.
Get on your knees.
I
Get
actually
on
did
your
just
knees.
come.
And look, he's like, "Oh God, I'm about to come."
Oh,
Ooh, ooh. E40,
And
E40.
what,
Ooh,
what was
that,
the
that,
topic again?
I think it just depends
Uh,
on what you like too. Because I think one reason I don't want to hear, a squirrely voiced man, because I like dominance. You know what I mean? I'm a bit submissive actually, so I want you to tell me what to do, how to do it, and you know what I mean. So if you can't command me if you sound like my 12-year-old daughter, I'm gonna tell you to go in there and clean
right.
up the room and leave me alone. So
All right, I gotta say this. So you say that, and I respect that, right? But the moment you get Robin Thicke or Maxwell up in here going on all that falsetto shit,
nah.
not you per se, but the masses. Soon as
Oh,
that falsetto get to going, people like, "Ooh, he sounds so good."
Sound
Ooh,
good and
okay,
what you
okay.
like in
Wait,
the
wait,
and
wait.
bedroom
then
are
Hold on.
two different
Robin
things.
Thicke comes and he
yeah,
be like,
That
"I'm lost without." Oh, he
off
don't.
the
Yeah.
microphone. They both have a deep voice, though.
I was
Maxwell,
gonna say what you sing like and what you sound like sexually are two
yeah,
different things.
yeah.
Women love men
Maxwell
who can
could
sing,
sing.
but I don't want you
Ooh.
singing.
And then
we
when
don't
he
want
get
to
off the
sound like
mic,
that
he
in the
goes,
bedroom.
Nah,
"Thank you, thank you for joining us."
I was at Maxwell's concert, and as soon as he hit that high note and he started talking, he dropped down the bedroom. Maxwell was two
Yeah, he
different
did. He
men
do. He
Right?
on
do.
that stage.
Yeah,
So
Hey, and
yeah.
yeah,
Prince was the king of that. Prince would be like, "Yeah, what's up?"
yeah.
Exactly.
And
We
then he
don't
hit
want
you with
all
that.
that.
Woo!
We don't want
Prince
no.
was a woman half the time, but when he spoke, you knew he was a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
hey,
Exactly. We
yeah.
don't want no
But
high notes in the
Kawana,
bedroom.
Kawana,
you
what
can't pull my
sound do
hair.
you want to
You
hear
be
from a girl?
twinkle, twinkle, twinkle on me.
No.
I mean, it just depends. If I'm with a girl that's a smoker, I expect to hear ah. If I'm with a girl that is a bird, then she'll be like, chirp, chirp, chirp. Hey, you never know what you're gonna get. To be honest,
Kawana, no. All right. I know this is off limits. You're funny as hell, brother. I love you, but be more serious. I don't want to hear chirp, 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 or smoking cigarettes. Like,
Tickle me
come on,
elbow in the
be
bedroom.
more
Don't you want
serious.
this?
tickle me elmo. You know
But you
what?
know what?
That
He made that made us be Kawana. He made us be.
I just
Uh, and that is Kawana.
okay. Have you
But
ever
no,
been
I'm
around
asking you
somebody
as
and
a
they
male.
sneeze and you didn't expect to hear that sound come out of them? Sometimes
Mhm.
it's a or it's a "Rah!" or it's a "Rah!" or and you just look and you're like, okay, that's the way that person sneezes. So whatever your preference is, you just don't know until you get it, and sometimes, depending on if it's Monday or Tuesday or Saturday, you might get a different sound. Or if you're working it a different way, you might get a different sound. I don't personally have a preference of, I mean, I don't want my girl to be like, hey, dog, I'm coming. Yeah, I agree with you guys on that, but
But you
then,
know what? If you came in the bedroom and you thought, oh baby, yeah, I'm gonna say, hey dog, shut the fuck up. That's what I'm gonna say.
I love it. I love it.
I do think there's a difference too. Like I think that
You got
one moment when you're actually climaxing can be forgiven. I'm just talking about the conversation, the sounds during. Like if you want to get to that point with me, you need to sound like a man. Now, once you hit it, if you go a little higher, whatever, that's fine. But you can't be like I said, tickle me Elmo through the whole course and think that we're finishing this thing. No.
Kawana, how does put me Elmo sound?
I'm just saying, like who? How's that feel? Whose is it? No.
Well, let
Uh, you know what? Speaking of sounds, uh, how do all of you feel about when a girl laughs, she snorts?
If it's that funny.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's that funny. It sometimes it's cute, and then
No, all the time.
I mean, it. Look. There was this comedian I used to see on Comic View, and he said, cute people get away with stuff that ugly people can't. Okay, and an ugly person can take a major league baseball pitch to the face, and he went, and he was like, and they're okay. But if you hit this is his joke. If you hit a cute girl with a ball, she gonna fall down and be like, oh my gosh, right? Um, whatever happens, happens.
I
All
don't
right.
met anybody who snorted when they laughed, and it was just like, ugh, it was either really that funny, and then the snort made it funnier. So that's about,
Unless
yeah,
they snort and hawk up a bunch of loogie,
yeah,
then
no,
that's
he's nasty.
questionable.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, anybody else want to chime in on this conversation about dancers? Just because you can dance and you got the moves, can you do it good? I have to say that I'm not a great dancer, but I do have rhythm, and I can twerk, and I can twerk real good. Well, okay. In my opinion, I can twerk good. So I feel that you do have an advantage when you ride, or you may not be riding, because you feel that rhythm and you just keep it going, and your partner is enjoying it. So I feel like there may be an advantage.
Well, I'll say
Tell you.
this.
X.
Oh, I was gonna
I
say,
feel like-
you can't. You got to remember, a tree can't be a tree without roots. Okay, so yeah, you see girls twerking, but can they only twerk for a minute, or can they twerk for 10 minutes? Can
Oh,
they
I'm
get?
talking about me. I could twerk for a long time.
Well, I'm not talking about you. I'm
At
just saying
this
in
weight.
general.
So
People.
imagine if I was smaller at my regular weight, 160, 170, I would be, on a whole nother level, because at my weight now, which is 60 to 70 to 80 pounds larger, I'm still doing great in that area. I can still get it. I've been told I fuck like a skinny girl. I'm like, well, how do they fuck? Because if this is a big girl fucking right now, imagine when I lose this weight.
So this kind of goes back to like the first topic where it's like, okay, everybody's gaining weight. Does it affect your sexual relationship, right? So for men, we're always told, we're supposed to be broad in the shoulders, doing 1,000 push-ups a minute, whatever, right? And then you got girls walking around here built like stallions, the way that they say it, and when it comes down to it, people just get into bed sometimes, and they ain't got their horse legs, and they ain't got their push up arms, and then everybody ends up just turning to the side. Hey,
I'll tell you, like, I will admit to this day, I've never caught the rhythm. I might have caught the rhythm one time where I was good and drunk. Other than that, like, at this point, I try everything in my power to not get on top. It's just, I hate it.
okay.
But it's the weight. I hate it. I feel like, really he's looking here, and I'm like, oh my God, my stomach's bouncing, So I'm so in my head mentally that I can't even catch my own rhythm, do what I need to do. So I just avoid it at all costs.
Well,
So
what you said, Marquina, I just want to comment to that, and I'll hush. Like, uh, there's a term that men use for women that just lay on their backs, and they call them pillow princesses. But there's a lot of pillow princes, and sometimes I feel like a king, sometimes I feel like a prince. You just, it just depends on the day, and um I never judge whoever decides to do what. Now, since we got Logan here, I'm pretty sure you didn't seen a one-handed handstand with a twerk suspended by, fucking strap. Shit that we can just only imagine, but I can only imagine the shit is tiring.
Oh, I've had sex on a treadmill.
Oh my
Oh
God.
God.
So yeah,
While running?
I wasn't the one running.
okay, hold up. Let me picture that real quick.
So she's spread on the treadmill.
No,
On no,
she's
she's
running on the
running on the
treadmill.
treadmill, and you got your legs on the outer part.
Yeah.
Oh
I
shit! I'm
also
about to give
sat
me a
on the front
treadmill.
part,
I mean,
and
I'm trying to figure it
she
out.
was just sucking me off while running as
Oh,
well.
okay. It wasn't the actual action because I'm trying to figure
I
that
didn't
out.
have to do shit really. I just stood there, sat there, which is very interesting. It made for a really good film. It really did. I actually have even, you know, masturbated to it. It was that
Wait,
good.
you masturbated to your own shit?
It was with a really, really extremely hot chick. But anyway,
You know
yeah,
you were staring at yourself the whole time. I love it. I
I
love
kind of was. Yeah.
it.
uh, um, yeah, no, I love watching my dick go into pussy. I mean, how
Of
could you
course
say
you
no?
do.
I used to like that, but now I can't see it. I got my sex toy down here, so I just
Yeah,
let that do all the work.
I
Hmm.
really want to tell that story when you were upstairs and I was downstairs. Can I?
Hey, this is off limits.
Oh man, nah. I'll probably leave it for another time, unless people say like, yes, tell the story. I don't know.
Yes, tell the story.
Oh goodness, here it goes. So Kawana was dating
Oh,
this
he's like,
girl.
oh, no, don't say it. We don't want to hear. You done already brought it up. So what is the story?
Kawana was dating this girl. I started dating this other girl, and we just wanted to have like same room sex. So I would bang this one girl, he would bang his girl, and like side by side.
That
And
works.
sometimes we'd just high five each other, be like, "Damn, bro, all right, you getting it." But anyways, I went
They high five
downstairs,
too.
So y'all
to
over there.
sleep with the girl.
Hey,
Kawana would
all
stay
right.
upstairs with his girl.
You good, buddy? You great?
And yeah, no, it was really funny. I woke up early to hearing Kawana go. And mind you, we banged our girls at least like 3 times that night. All right, each. And so he wakes up early though, pours himself a drink, but I hear him say, "No, stop it." He's like, my dick is done, but I'm downstairs ramming away again already, and
I
Kawana's
had to
like,
tap
"God,
out.
God damn it, I can't even fall asleep anymore."
So I tapped out, and then in round 17 was coming, or round 4, and I was like, no, please stop. I can't do it
Oh,
no more.
all
No,
right.
no, you're like, really say it in your voice though. You're like, "No, stop that."
Oh, stop
Some people
it.
have, some people have,
No, stop it.
And
some
we
people
heard
have
you
more
from
stamina than
upstairs.
others.
What?
Some people have more stamina than others.
Right? Yeah, sure. I don't want to put my
Unless
foot
they're taking
down,
something
but
else.
yeah, yeah.
They
No,
say, hey, they say watermelons is good for that, but I don't know. I haven't noticed any difference.
I do pineapple, brother.
I heard pineapples for the taste for the woman, but watermelon is supposed to get that blood a flowing. Watermelon blood a flowing.
You know, drinking a lot of water actually does produce more sperm in males' balls. So if you want a larger load, drink more water, which I can imagine eating watermelon would probably produce a bigger load than maybe eating pineapple. I don't know.
Hmm.
Now look, I've been on this show a couple times, enough to know that Sophia, your hair looks fantastic, and Marquina,
Oh
your hair
yeah.
looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Shout out. I'm about to get my shit done. I'm about to look like Snoop Dogg from like '98. You know, I'm gonna have my shit.
You gonna get
Have
the
my
whole
shit look-
ponytail thing?
Oh yeah, I got a little ponytail right
Okay,
here. You know?
all right. All right.
I'm working on
You
it.
gonna get the braids and everything?
I don't know, man. My forehead kind of big, so if I get braids, it's just gonna snatch me back, you know. And,
Eh,
but
well,
we'll see. We'll see.
whatever, brother. You know, I loved you all this way through life already,
You should get
man.
some
Whatever you
cornrows.
do, I'm gonna be like, brother, I still love you. I'm gonna call you right after the show too.
So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have anything you want to chime in on, please do leave it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So anyway, if you do have topics that you want to discuss, do leave them in the chat because I do read the chats and I will host. I will actually have an episode with your topics on it. Tonight was great. It was about, the first topic was your partner gaining weight in the relationship. Topic number two was, is it a myth that, you know, people that dance well, they can have sex good? They give you good sex. So that was the topic tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week.
Good night.
Good night,
Martina, great
and thank
seeing
you
you
so much
again.
You
to
too.
my guests that's decided to hop on live with me. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you back again.
Oh yeah.
Sophia, wonderful for having me. Thank you so much again. You know,
Thank
Logan, Marquina, Sophia, thank you. Loved it. And I just want to say about that dancing stuff. When Genuine's Pony came out,
Oh
man,
my God.
I started dancing. I thought I was in that motherfucking mirror like, yeah, I could do that.
oh,
I could do
that's
that.
so funny.
And then
Everybody
after
was.
I did
You know
that shit
what?
11
Straight up,
times, I was out of breath. You
you
know?
went to the club with
Wait.
me that night, and I asked him to play that song, and I did it on the dance stage in front of just a shitload of chicks. You remember that, right?
Yeah, but you didn't look. You look more like genius wine. You know, you you was like it was just a lot of a lot of stiff movement. There was no, but you know what? They loved it. So hey, here we go.
Yeah. So just go back onto it. Don't have to be a good dancer. I actually think the worst dancer that you are, as long as you have balls to dance and show it off, that you can really show someone like, hey, I could do something. Um, yeah, if you have the guts to do that, you're probably better in bed.
I'm surprised no one said the motion in the ocean kind of thing. You know,
Oh,
You do need a rhythm, but like I said before, you have to catch your partner's rhythm.
because you could have a goddamn
for
light
sure.
pole and then you're just trying to put it into a sewer drain. Well, that's not a good comparison, but yeah. Anyway,
you. A sewer
I'll see
drain.
y'all later.
Good Lord.
I
Oh
know
no.
I
Okay,
was
on that note, yeah, I
yeah.
got
On that note, I'm out. I was trying to use outside things. It didn't work out for me that time. I'll be back.
love you, brother. All right, bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Have a good
Take care,
night.
guys.
Thank you so much. Hey. Hey, what y'all doing tonight? Because we just had an amazing show. It was so lit. Hey. Hey, what you doing tonight? What you doing tonight? All lemons in the house. All lemons in the house. Hey, all lemons in the house. All lemons. Hey, hey, all lemons. Hey, 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 hey. I'm out, y'all. Have a good night.